folks caught me, and usually whenever I go up on stage, I end up distributing some chocolates. So they said, "Are you going to be giving away some chocolates?" So I said, "Actually, I hadn't planned it, but it just so happened that I do have a few chocolates over here. And these are all Swiss chocolates, so they're going to be very hard earned. One of these, or actually two of these, I'll give away at the end of the session for the most enlightening question that gets asked. Two of these I will give away when I come down and you guys come and personally introduce. And there are many more at the booth. Please do come and meet me, yeah? But look, thanks a lot for being here. And I know it's a tough session after such an enlightening speaker for somebody to be able to sort of hold the stage. Sir was talking about, happiness. I do believe that, Swiss chocolate can give you a momentary happiness, even if it doesn't actually give you a lifetime of happiness, right? So we'll try for that. But I did usurp the stage a bit because I wanted to talk a bit more about PeopleStrong. How many of you, quick show of hands, are familiar with PeopleStrong? Oh, yay. That's good. That's good. So, but let me just give you a quick revision of where have we been, right? So, firstly, we're of course loved by HR practitioners. This is the Gartner survey. We've been in the top quadrant for the past 3 years. But I think this is really what we are really, really proud about. We are totally loved by users. The #1 rated HR tech app on the App Store globally, right? And we don't take that lightly. It's really all our employees who are actually using the application who have given us this rating. I think from an overall span perspective, we cover the entire life cycle of everything, right? Whatever is required in the whole technology space, we've got it all. You can actually come in and take one piece. You can take multiple pieces. Whichever way that you want to do it, you can do that, right? We do work with large enterprises, right? Tomorrow, we will actually be unveiling something which is very, 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 very new, very, very innovative, and completely in the AI space when Sandeep and our CTO will take the stage. But we do work with enterprises, right? And some of the best-known enterprises in India are on the platform. But I think healthcare has been a seminal story. Why? Firstly, 7.5 million people work in the sector, right? It's a huge, huge market out there that actually requires. And it's got some very unique problems overall. And I'm not going to list them down. There are many more beyond this as well, but the screen was short. I just kept it to the top 5. And all of this, how have we actually come about to solve this? Because clearly, we've done about, we work with all of these hospitals, we work with all these pharma companies, and this is only in one sector. We obviously work in many other sectors, and you'll have a similar roster of clients in the BFSI, in the manufacturing, in all of those sectors as well. But in the healthcare sector right now, and that's really what the focus is. Why healthcare? Firstly, it is a sunrise industry for India. More and more healthcare is coming up, rural is coming up, more and more pharma is coming into India. The world is opening up, and healthcare is absolutely stock right at the center. And I think that's really where we've actually forged a very huge winning partnership with one of India's largest healthcare chains, which is Max Healthcare. And on that note, I want to now invite Umesh. Umesh, if you could please join us up on stage. Folks, please do give him a big round of applause. It took me a lot of plodding to sort of get him up on stage. He said, well, I don't have time for this. But thank you, Umesh, for being here. Thank you.
Hi, thank you.
Umesh, I'll hand this over to you. Why don't you talk us through what have you been up to?
Thanks, Mrigank. And I'm delighted to be here to share this study of Max Healthcare, which is one of the largest healthcare chain in India as of now. And it's not a case study of only leverage the technology, but it's also how HR has aligned their strategy with the business strategy and create a history in the healthcare space. So, when I'll talk about Max Healthcare started its journey way back in 2000 with a very, very small, you can say, multi-specialty center. And it's a kind of a daycare center in Panchsheel. And then, as of today, in the last 25 years, if I'll talk about today, we have more than 22 hospitals. We have 35,000 employees, more than 5,000 beds, and then the market cap is more than 1 lakh crore rupees. That is India's largest healthcare chain as far as market cap is concerned. So, if I'll talk about the journey of Max Healthcare, I think the turning point of Max Healthcare was in 2019, where two big chain of healthcare came together, and it was then one is Max Healthcare, known for their brand quality. Another one is Radiant Life Care, known for their efficiency and effectiveness, came together, merged together, and redefined the Max Healthcare. And it was not only the two organization merger which has happened, it is also the amalgamation of two different culture. So one culture which was centralized, brand, clinical excellence, service quality. On the other hand, the culture was free flow information from bottom to top, definitely empowerment and accountability of the team, accelerated decision making, innovation and creativity. And when these two culture came together, amalgamate together, then we redefined the purpose of Max Healthcare. The purpose was to serve to excel and also create a vision to be the most well-regarded healthcare organization in India, and with the clinical excellence and then quality of services. And this could not have been achieved without inculcating the culture of our core values, which is efficiency in operations, consistency in our approach, in our service, excellence in our outcomes, and that's all. So when we redefine our strategy as a HR business partner, we also sat together and then we thought that let's align HR strategy with the business strategy. And as a first step, we thought let's free up the HR bandwidth. Means we are so much engrossed ourselves into the day-to-day HR transaction. Let's shift from HR transactions to the more strategic and the business partner role. And with that, the thought of how we can have the change of digitization in the Max Healthcare or the HR strategy. And then we were looking for the business partner or the technology partner which have comprehensive and which can integrate their technology along with our processes, easy to operate, employee experience. So that's how we were evaluating lots of technology platform, and then we enter into the partnership with PeopleStrong, and then journey begins in 2019 when we actually implemented the tech platform of PeopleStrong at Max Healthcare. And it was a very, very comprehensive, you can say, technology. If I'll talk about the real-time attendance, so actually healthcare is a very complex industry. So healthcare industry never sleeps. It's always 24/7. And that's how the tracking attendance system as well as their deployment, rostering, it's very, very important. And with this implementation, the impact was we were able to reduce the absenteeism, build efficiency, reduction in manpower. So in any healthcare industry, the maximum cost is your manpower cost. Your approximately 50% cost of the business is the manpower cost. And if with this staffing and then workforce management, I think we were able to reduce approximately 1.5 per occupied bed numbers. Second is centralized HRIS for decision making. I think we were able to get the live dashboard, so where we could take the decision, instant decision, and also the strategic decision, and this definitely result into reduction in our attrition rate. Our attrition rate reduced from 39.2 to 30.9. Also, there were 11% efficiency in the EBITDA. So we were able to reduce our clinical cost by 4% and approximately 7% efficiency in our manpower cost. And this was actually the game changer of the entire Max Healthcare when I'll talk about the efficiency and then financial indicators. Then accelerated AI-powered recruitment onboarding. So here we were able to reduce our timeline. We were able to onboard more than 1,000 employees per month, and they're totally paperless, you can say, onboarding. Definitely we were able to engage more than 1,000 senior clinicians. And engaging senior clinician or hiring senior clinician in healthcare means the growth of your business. So with 1,000 senior clinicians onboarded, gives you approximately 3,000 crore rupees per annum growth in your revenue. So with this, on one side, you were able to control the cost. On another side, you were able to also become the part of the growth in the revenue stream. Definitely flexible performance system, because when we were discussing about kind of a complex healthcare system, where you have the GDA, which is the lowest one, and you have the highest person who are the most qualified people, the doctors, you have engineers, you have biomedical engineers, you have, so you just name the role, I think you will find in the healthcare space. And that's how defining their goal setting, quarterly review, and also the annual appraisals, I think this is a Herculean task over there. But with this, we were able to conclude all this, I think, before 1st of April. From the last 5 years, we are rolling out our annual appraisals before 1st of April. Definitely, like all of you are HR folks, you know, your 30 to 40% times goes into the query of your employees, your frontline employees, their leave, their attendance, there's some kind of a, you can say, some certificate, something. So those are the things. I think we were able to handle the 1.2 lakhs query, where 80% were instantly resolved.
Umesh, I'm going to ask the audience a question at this point. Yeah. Quick show of hands. How many of you believe that the number one query in your company is, why did my payroll get deducted wrongly? Okay, that's good. Quick show of hands. How many of you believe that the number one query is, what's my leave balance? Oh, wow, I was right. Okay, one person can get this. Who? Okay, sir. Ooh, aapke piche. Please carry on, sir.
So that's how the payroll and compensation management, 25,000 paychecks, seamlessly, all the compliances on time, without any delay, without any error. Definitely the AI-powered work groups where we can communicate with our people. The comprehensive, we have a moodometer, we can get the pulse on what is happening on ground. We can also do lots of survey in a small group, in a larger group. So that's how it gives the pulse on the ground. Then last one is inculcate the culture of learning behavior in the organization, which is very important. And as I've spoke, I think healthcare never sleeps. And this also gives us the 24/7 e-learning modules, where if the nurse wants to learn in the night, they can also learn. That's how.
I have a question on this slide. Thank you very much for sort of detailing this out, Umesh. 11% efficiency in EBITDA. That sounds like a huge dent that HR tech has made into Max Healthcare. Is this a board agenda at Max?
So, see, it's definitely when we were, it's not a board agenda. So let me just tell you, whenever, see, you have one business strategy, you have an overall business strategy. Like how your strategy of HR is going to be aligned with that strategy. So our strategy in 2019, we were actually 9,000, 10,000 crore rupees company. At that point of time, we were thinking in next 2 to 3 years, let's not make this as a most profitable organization, but our thought was, let's make this as a most well-regarded healthcare organization, where the people have the trust, have faith. I think the numbers are the outcomes.
As an outcome.
These are the outcomes.
Perfect.
So I think with this, the impact on the business, the volume, you can say the data speaks of itself. So 16 hospitals to 22 hospitals, 3,500 beds to 5,000 beds, 60% occupancy to 80% occupancy, 21,000 employees to 35,000 employees, employee satisfaction score from 70% to 81%, patient satisfaction score 75% to 94%, revenue growth 3,500 crores to 9,200 crores, which is actually the 3x. When I'll talk about EBITDA, 340 crores to 2,300 crores, which is 10% EBITDA to 27% EBITDA, which is approximately 9 to 10x. Then last market cap is from 10,000 crores to 1,20,000 crores. And that's how Max Healthcare today has become the most valuable healthcare chain in India. And this story was very comprehensive. It was not only related to that we have a strong finance. This has the scalable. So you will see the scale. You will see the trust of the patient. The patient satisfaction score has gone high. You will see the employee satisfaction score. That means you have the engaged workforce along with you. And that's how we were able to build this.
Well, thank you so much, Umesh.
Thank you.
Firstly, I want to take this opportunity to thank you for the partnership. We've been very proud to be partners with Max Healthcare. Thank you very much for that. I have a question which follows up from here. And clearly you've been on quite a journey. And from a 3x your overall valuation and market cap, or 12x of your market cap, that's a phenomenal rise. For anybody over here who's actually right now in the middle of a journey, which is on the transformation side, or is thinking about such a transformative journey, what would be your, and please do keep in mind, we're now in the whole age of era of AI, and everybody wants it now and here and now. What would your recommendation be? How should they go about thinking about it? Put yourself into the 5 years before or 6 years before there, and what would you say?
Yeah, so I think my takeaway is, see, first and foremost, whenever you think of adopting the technology or having the culture of digitization in your organization, as a top management or as a HR, you people are the advocacy. You have to do the advocacy. You are the influencer. You have to influence your management. You have to influence your, you can say, employees. Second is, sometimes we adopt the technology. We have the technology platform, but people are not able to adopt those things. I think the mindset of change management is very, very important when we are talking about the technology. And third thing is, I think with the technology, you should not change your processes. You can tweak a little bit your processes. So we were very, very actually thoughtful while we were finding the partner, so that the partner has to be, the people who are going to be technology partner, they have to be comprehensive. They were able to fulfill your all demands. They were also have to be little flexible, so that you can align your all processes, policies along with the technology. So this is what I can say, but the mantra of success is the change management, the mindset of the people for the digitization. Unless until you will not be able to create that kind of a culture in the organization, whatever best might be the technology, but you will not be able to get the result, what result you want to get.
Thank you so much, Umesh. Thanks very much for that. Guys, opportunity to win some chocolates. Any questions? Nobody wants to win chocolates right now. Everybody wants to take it off me personally. That's all right. But there's a question. Go on, sir. Yaar, mic bhi hai nahi. Yeah, you're audible.
Thanks, Umesh, for pulling up those slides. They were very insightful. My name is Maruti, and I head learning and development. I've been into this domain for the last 16 years. Uh, I've been implementing LMS, developing content, doing competency modeling, succession planning. A challenge that I often face is something that you also mentioned is driving that culture, right, across the board. It's easy to implement LMS to bring content on board, but what's more difficult is getting people on the platform and sticking to it, right? Any case study, anything that you guys do at Max in order to drive that culture? Something that you mentioned is advocacy, being the brand ambassador for that culture as leaders. But what is it that goes beyond it?
So I think your question is very apt, and then we also face the similar challenges. And just to overcome those challenges, my strategy for inculcating the learning behavior in the organization was to start from the top. Sometimes there is always a issue between the operation and then HR. So whenever there is something going wrong, the HR always says that operation always talk about their training issues. And whenever you want to implement those training kinds of culture, you won't, so the operation people are not ready to, you can say, spare your people. I think that was the problem which we were also facing. So what I did, we actually identified the training program for the top management. I started the training culture from the top. My old head of the units, my old functional head, I started my leadership development program along with IIM Ahmedabad. Because if I would have started any other program, they would not have been excited. So I started the learning development program, leadership development program in association with IIM Ahmedabad. And it was a one-year journey. And that's how we started inculcating the culture of learning down the line. Then we have the HR capability program. We also have the program for with IIM Bangalore for the down the line people. We started our management program along with IIM Kashipur. We have the supervisory skills. We also started the on the job, because so at nursing, this is a major pain point in healthcare. There is always a shortage of nursing. So nursing head, if you want the nursing to become for the training, not possible. I introduced 240 nursing educators who are there on ground. So on ground learning is happening. On the ground training is happening. That's how we stitch the entire learning strategy from top to bottom. Whether it's a GDA, training is happening, but on-ground training is happening. For all frontline, they don't have to any classroom. The training happens on ground. So this is what is the culture. This is how we
Fantastic.
build the
Sir,
culture.
here you go. Here's your chocolate. Thank you very much. Gentlemen and ladies, please do take this survey. It's a quick one. It'll help us also understand what exactly is happening. Umesh.
So at last, I just wanted to tell one takeaway. I think if you align your HR strategy with the business strategy, and it's powered by data, I think then HR becomes the force multiplier. This is what has happened at Max Healthcare.
Yeah.
So thanks. Thank you very much.
Thank you all. Thanks for being a great audience.